Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a magic app review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. It's the weekend, right? It's the weekend, and so I figured since we have these 2 days, right? I also have two new apps that I want to review. So why not make this just Magic App Weekend? Ta-da! Magic App Weekend, that's what we're gonna do. So one app today, one app tomorrow. Come back this weekend and see if you can't pick up a cool EDC to stick on your phone, right? Because that's what these magic apps are. They're like little EDCs. And today's is pretty cool because this doesn't look like an app. It doesn't look like an app. In fact, I have a really great idea for this at the end of this video that you need to stick around for. So this is the Whisper app, and it's from Cobra Magic, okay? Cobra-magic.com, that's where you can go. It is 99 bucks. It is $100. And it's actually super simple. Don't let the high price tag fool you, okay? This is a very simple app. It's very easy to use. There's not a lot of settings, not a lot of, menus and customization like you get with other apps. This is really straightforward. In fact, listen to this. This is the best part. The tutorial is 16 minutes long. Now I know that doesn't sound like it computes, right? You're like thinking, wait, it's $100, but there's only a 16-minute tutorial? That, it feels off. I understand, but you're paying for the ability to do this. So this is a two-person act. Let me just say that right away. This is a two-person act. It is a code act. So what I mean by that is, let's say you've seen the clairvoyance, right, on stage, and you knew that's a husband and wife act where one of them's blindfolded, the other one goes out into the audience, grabs an item, and says, hey, I'm holding an item, and the person on stage says it's a cell phone, right? So you're able to transmit the word or the device, but seemingly without any information. That's what you're gonna do with Whisper, but you're gonna do it over the phone, okay? So you'll sit down with your spectator, you'll have your phone open to the dialer. Here, it'll look like this. That's the dialer. And you'll say, I want you to think of any word. It could be anything. You could tell them to think of a playing card. You could tell them to think of an ESP card. You could tell them to think of anything in any language. It doesn't matter. It's not language restricted. They're gonna say table. You're like, okay, table. And then you tell them, hey, swipe to the left, go through my contacts, find Mark, right? Or your wife or your kid, whoever you want to pick. You pick somebody in your life that you want to call, a real person, okay? So let's say you pick your spouse. Say, call my spouse. So they hit dial, your spouse picks up, they're on speakerphone. You say, hey honey, it's me. I got a friend here, Steven. He's thinking of, an object, and I just want to know if you kind of get what it could be. And your friend's gonna say, I'm thinking about it. Are they thinking about a table? Bam, that's it. There's no code verbally. The app is gonna do all the work. The app is gonna talk to your confederate's phone, okay? And the way you can set this up is you can have 3 confederates already in your settings. So let's say you're going out for the day, you're going to work, or you're going to the grocery store. You can just ask your spouse, hey, are you available on the Whisper app today, or are you busy, right? So that's kind of what you want to, right? You don't want your spectator to get the notification that a magic trick is about to take place and they're driving, right? Or they're in a business meeting. Well, they won't be able to pick up on the other end. They'll be in a business meeting. So this is going to be set aside at a time when your spectator probably knows you're out there and that you could be performing. So this would be great for parlor, this would be great for stage, because then you just have your confederate set up and they're standing by the phone ready to participate. And obviously you're going to put it on speakerphone, or you're going to put it on conference call, like a video call, but it's all taking place on your phone, right? Your phone, not your spectator's phone. Your phone and your confederate's phone. And like I said, as soon as the trick starts and finishes on your end, your confederate will get a notification. They'll glean the information in a secret way, which I'm not going to tell you. And then they're going to wait for you to call. And then you call, and then you say, hey, you know, what do you think? So the video, like I said, is only 16 minutes. It's shot very homemade. Okay, it's just a straight-on shot where he's talking to the his own cell phone. He's going to hold his own phone up to the screen, so there's no, you know, picture-in-picture. There's a dog barking in the background. He has a very heavy accent. But if you get through it, you'll be good, because you're never going to go back to that video again. You're going to learn everything about the app very easily, very quickly. In fact, he keeps saying over and over again, this is super, super simple. He says that a lot. So it is super, super simple. Here's the problem I have with it. The problem I have is your confederate also has to be ready. So it's not really an EDC, because you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna, you know, call my spouse. Well, like I said, your spouse could be in the shower, she could be in the garden, she could have left her phone somewhere, she could be taking a nap, she could be driving, she could be in a meeting. It's not very impulse, right? It doesn't feel very impulsive. It feels like it has to be planned. Like, you're gonna do this when your confederate knows you could be performing. So here's my wacky idea. I think they build this incorrectly, because this trick relies on your confederate to be the magician, right? All you're doing is calling them. And then you say, hey, Mark, do you get a sense that there's a word? And then your friend reads the word. That means your friend has to do a little bit of a showmanship act and say, oh, I'm getting a C, or I think it's a long word. They have to know how to do all that kind of stuff. You don't want them to just blurt out, table, right? You want there to be some some showmanship there. So why not turn the tables? My wacky idea is put this app on your confederate's phone. Put this app on your spouse's phone. Put this app on your kid's phone. Now, obviously, it's going to go on one person's phone, so you got to pick. Could be your spouse, could be your kid, it could be your manager, right? Just think, if this was on your manager's phone and they were trying to book you or bill you somewhere, or they said, hey, I know a magician, and they said, really, I'd like to see this person. You say, you know what, better yet, let's do a magic trick over the phone. I bet I can call them up and have them do a magic trick on the phone. Your spouse could do the same thing. Your spouse could be out grocery shopping, going and doing something at work, and could casually mention to friends, hey, my spouse is a magician. Wow, I'd really like to see something that they can do. You know what? I can show you right now. We can do something over the phone. So then your spouse or your friend is doing the Whisper app. And then you, as the magician, you receive the notification. And you're always ready, right? You're always gonna be ready to do a magic trick. Say, yeah, right? So you get the notification that your spouse is engaged with someone and wants to take place in, you know, this trick. You get your notification, you're ready, and then when your spouse calls you, then you put on the act. Doesn't it make more sense for you to act the part of the magician? I think so. So I say, get this, put it on your spouse's phone, put it on your manager's phone, put it on your kid's phone, and then you be the confederate on the other end. That's my idea. That's my idea. That way they don't have to act, right? They just have to know the two things they got to do. And it makes more sense. It makes way more sense that somebody would engage with somebody who knows you and says, hey, I know your husband, or I know your spouse, or I know your brother-in-law is a magician. I'd really like to see, you know, it'd be cool to see them sometime. Let's do something right now, right? I think that'd be cool. And it's a way for you to give your significant other or your kid a way to participate in what you do, right? I think that'd be cool. Cobra-Magic, that's where you want to go. Like I said, $100, the Whisper app. Big, huge thanks to Cobra for allowing me to have this so I could do the review for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, and lastly, I would like to remind you that mine is not the only voice out there. When making a magic purchase, be sure to watch other review channels to get a well-rounded opinion. Please don't take my word for it. I am just one voice. There are plenty of other fantastic review channels out there, and you should be listening to all of them. I've included several of my favorite channels here, but I'm sure you know of a few others. Please do yourself a favor and subscribe and follow these talented people as well, so that you're always making the best purchase possible that fits your style and your character. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.